Say that history was written by the winners. But what if history was just written by them? What if it was edited? What if the monuments, the science, and the very foundation of what we call Western civilization was actually just a hand-me-down from a culture that was systematically erased from history, from all textbooks? Today on the Willie Bobo Show, we're digging into a text that doesn't just sit on the average library shelf, but it does on mine. The book is called The Big Secret by James Davis Jr., and we're looking at a very, very specific date, which is 1478. It was the year of the Protocol of Erasure, which allegedly began. The Spanish pivot, as he talks about in this book, it points out directly at the Spanish Inquisition. Now, most of us, we learned about the Inquisition as this religious move, getting rid of heretics and so on. But Davis frames this as a geopolitical heist. Welcome to the Willie Bobo Show. So in this book, Mr. Davis points directly at the Spanish Inquisition. Now, many of us learned about the Inquisition as a religious move, getting rid of the heretics, but Mr. Davis frames it as a major geopolitical heist. And starting with the Spanish Inquisition in 1478, the plan simply was to expel all the Africans or Black Moors and Muslims from out of Spain, to destroy or cover up all the ancient books, monuments, statues, and to prove that Black people, were not the originators of all great civilizations in Europe at that time. So think about that. If you want to take over the world, you don't just take over land. You take the credit. This book by Mr. Davis, it argues that the Moors didn't just live in Spain, they civilized it. When they were pushed out, their libraries weren't burned. They were simply renamed. Now, these histories in these museums, this is a part of the reality that hits home. Because Mr. Davis suggests that the history wasn't actually destroyed. It was merely archived. It was used as a blueprint to build the new Europe. That was from passage number 1. Passage number 2. He states that much of Black people's ancient history was not destroyed, but it was just covered up. It was needed because ancient Europe needed to educate itself into the ways of civilization. In order to do that, they needed to utilize what it was that we prescribed for them. And whites treasured it, and they kept it in museums and private collections, i.e., the Vatican. It's the ultimate hidden in plain sight scenario. We go to these grand museums in London, Paris, Madrid. We get to see these artifacts. But we're told they belong to some ancient, mysterious, or lost tribe rather than a direct lineage of the people who were expelled in the 15th century. It's a rebranding of intellectual property on a global scale. It really is. And here's why it matters today. A lot of people would ask, so why are you bringing this up now? It's pertinent, it's needed, that's why. Because when you understand the secret, you realize that the struggle for leadership and cultural identity is not new. It's a recovery mission. If Mr. Davis is right, then the big secret isn't just about what happened in 1478. It's about why we still don't see ourselves in the foundation of the modern world today the way that we should. Is it a conspiracy? Or is it the most successful marketing campaign in human history? I want to hear from you, my listeners. Hit me up in the comments. TheWillieBoboShow@gmail.com, Hakeem Green on Facebook, also Oxdelight on Instagram. Get at me because I want to know what your opinions are. Do you know your history? Because we're going to keep digging. And if you want to check out the source, look for The Big Secret, What a Negro is Not Supposed to Know. The Big Secret, What a Negro is Not Supposed to Know. It's a deep dive that will make you look at every statue and textbook a little differently. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Oxdelight. This was another segment of Truth on the Willie Bobo Show. I'm out. Peace.